Today, we're flying two aircraft that look very similar, and yet could hardly be more different. Their story is almost a family one. In the 1990s, Russia and Italy worked together on a next-generation combat trainer. Near the finish line, their paths split, and instead of one aircraft, two were born. Their names are the Yak-130 and the M-346. Both aircraft are powered by two turbojet engines. The Yak produces a combined 4,500 kilograms force of thrust, while the Italian jet makes around 5,000. For aircraft with an empty weight a little over 4.5 tons, that's a very respectable figure. So both accelerate briskly. The only catch is that neither has afterburners, so don't expect speeds on the level of modern fighters. Their top mark sits just above 1,000 kilometers an hour. On the upside, these flying classrooms are highly maneuverable and can give enemies a nasty surprise in close combat. Let's start the tactics breakdown with the Russian machine. First, we need to explain why the Yak's weapon set is limited. This is an early version of the Yak-130, and it wasn't equipped with countermeasures. It could have carried R-73 missiles, but adding them in-game would require a much higher battle rating. As a result, the Yak-130 would face more dangerous opponents, and fighting them without flares or chaff would be extremely difficult. That's why, in air battles, the Yak's armament is limited to a 23mm cannon. It has an excellent rate of fire, but only 120 rounds. Hold the trigger for a little over 2 seconds, and that's it. Your ammo is already scattered somewhere over the map. Stretching it even across two targets can be tricky. In combined battles, however, the aircraft becomes much more interesting. Its 4 pylons can carry unguided bombs and rockets. There's a ballistic computer you can use with them, so hitting targets shouldn't be a hassle. Among the unguided weapons, the S-13OF rockets are especially strong. A powerful warhead and 10 salvos make them very effective against ground targets. The real highlight of the arsenal is up to 4 CAB 500KR TV-guided bombs. That's a very serious argument at this battle rating. The tactic is simple. Climb higher, dive in, release your weapons, and head straight back to rearm after the attack. If you drop the entire payload in one pass, you can maximize the element of surprise against enemy anti-air. The M-346FA is a very different aircraft. Its battle rating is much higher, and its equipment fully matches that. For air battles, the Italian jet gets both infrared and active radar-guided missiles. We recommend taking 4 derbies. The plane's radar is modern. It supports track-while scan, and in close combat it works very well together with the helmet-mounted sight. For self-defense, the Italian machine gets 120 countermeasures, which are extremely important in high-rank battles. The suspended 20mm cannon pod has 180 rounds. Its rate of fire is much lower, so you can shoot for about 13 seconds. Which one's better, fire density or firing time? This is something every pilot can decide for themselves. In the strike role, the M-346FA also feels excellent. Instead of the cannon, you can mount a sniper targeting pod, while the pylons can carry satellite and laser-guided bombs, or up to 12 brimstone missiles. And even then, the wingtip hardpoints still hold air-to-air missiles for clearing the sky. The Italian vehicle plays roughly like this. Sneak behind the enemy ground team at an extremely low altitude, pop up, and quickly acquire a target with the tracking system. Launch a missile immediately, then drop back to the treetop level while releasing countermeasures. Thanks to the pod's generous viewing angles and the brimstone's maneuverability, you can attack from some very awkward positions. And that creates a funny situation. The aircraft look very similar, but they have almost nothing in common. The Yak-130 is a light, simple attacker with good flight performance for its battle rating, but a modest arsenal. The M-346FA is a modern platform with advanced systems and serious weapons, but underwhelming flight performance compared to its opponents. So, which one would you choose?